Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of our Transport 2 Fever series, where we are building the biggest transportation company in the whole of Australia. Now last episode, boys, we really extended and expanded the train network. I've never had such a headache than trying to figure out how the train lines are going to run round this part of Australia right now, from Melbourne to Portland, and trying to combine where we're going to have cargo running with passenger lines. It does get a little bit tricky, but we managed to figure it out. Now, what we did is we kind of set up this little train station over here in Melbourne, which is eventually going to extend. You can see it goes into a tunnel just there. We eventually extend up to Albury and then to Wagga Wagga. And it kind of comes down because the passenger line is going to go to Portland and obviously go all the way up to Adelaide. And we also need to kind of integrate it because we've only got limited space with the cargo network. Now we got rid of our vehicles delivering the grain. We got this train line that picks up here, drops off, picks up here, drops off, and repeats the process. A couple of you guys suggested, Seniac, why don't you also pick up the food and drop it off to Portland on the way back over to there? And yes, that is such a great idea. We're going to be implementing that. Do not worry. We got our wood route over here. We completely changed this. This used to just get wood from up here, deliver it all the way down, and then the processed planks would get taken up to the machines factory. Now we pick up the wood from here for that sawmill, and the wood from over there for this sawmill, so it makes money both directions. And we kind of rejigged all of this, which is a little bit difficult, but we got there in the end. And in return, we're now taking the planks from over here that we produce in this sawmill all the way up here to produce the tools. Now, I made a boo-boo. I made these two signals here the wrong way round, but I've since fixed it, guys, so you can rest a little bit easy right now. I fixed it. Appreciate that right now. Appreciate it. But we're not really delivering the tools anywhere right now. We do have the ability to do so, which is going to go straight down to Melbourne. Now, today, we've got lots of things we need to do. We need to make it a little bit more efficient because I didn't have enough time in the last episode to kind of make it as efficient as I wanted to, but also to add a few more lines to it and kind of get it all situated to the next stage. Now, if you are enjoying this series, make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Boys, this is going to be a crazy series. We've nearly got $500 million in the bank already. Damn, the distances in Australia means you can make some serious cash. So, what are we going to do first then? Well, that was my, I'm about to spit some hot facts right now kind of voice. But we are pretty much, boys, going to kind of reform this little run here before we can do anything else, because this is going to kind of change everything all up. So right now, this is where we have the most amount of trains coming through, and it does get a little bit annoying. We have coal and ore coming from this direction, which is pretty much fine. We got a bypassing route, it does what it needs to do. But we're also then taking the steel to the machines factory. We're also bringing the wood from over here to the machines factory, which kind of sometimes they've got to use the bypassing route, but they don't need to. Now, eventually need to bring the machines to Mildura, so it makes sense to have a separate operating line altogether. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of transform this a little bit, which does mean we're going to have to fast forward for a hot second, boys. Hot second. Just get this train off the actual station and platform itself. So say hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista. Right, that's now gone. Pause. And I got a couple of ways in which I can pretty much do this. Now, I'm going to edit this. Actually, before I edit it, what I'm actually going to do is delete that road, delete this road, delete this road. And we're going to pick up a road. Let's turn the player ownership all off. We'll go normal style road. And we'll put this going down here instead. Confirm that, boys. Confirm that. So the idea is I can kind of slightly push it over by one more if I want to add in an extra set of tracks. But I've got a few things that we're going to need to now figure out. So I've got the main train line coming down into these two lanes here. But it does mean, right, that I can delete this, for example. Say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Track-wise, because this is going to be super busy eventually. It's going to be super busy. Add an extra line down here. And I might be able to bulk it up with a second line here. to get another platform in for cargo, which works out really well. And this is where I might make my ore and coal come in, rather than down here. We still get the bypassing train tracks, which is important, really important. But we'll make them kind of turn off and divide a little bit earlier, so we have a little bit more control of what's going on. It also means I can push into Mildura a little bit, which makes things super easy for us. So build the building there. I'll put a couple just here and there, and we'll adjust it as time goes on. But hey ho, there you go. Delete the roads. Back to there. I'll delete this back a little bit more, and then bring it down to about there. And I reckon we're going to be cutting off about there, so that would connect into there. And then keep it in a straight line. We then go up that way. That road can connect in if it wants to. I don't know how it's going to connect in. I don't really know how this area is going to technically work in general anyway. But we'll go like that none the least. But the main point is it's connecting to this building. So connects to this first. And then with these two train tracks here, we're then going to push these going up. So I reckon about... because I want to divide it away from this, but this is all going to change. I reckon we'll come back in a minute and do that, because then I want to edit this to also have another set of train tracks on the other side. So train tracks, bam, 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 bam. Now this is going to be for where we deliver the steel and the wood and stuff, and even bringing the machines back. I don't know how complex this is going to be, but these are for lines that don't need to go through. These stations will be utilized for passing through, dropping off, and then we got ones that use it as an end route almost. So platforms again, drop you in. Bam, 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 and bam. So what we'll do first then, we'll utilize this side. Now from this side here, this is where we're going to have, because we got a couple of train lines pumping through, this is where we're going to have the steel on this side here get delivered into there. But we currently have it set up where we have one train then also going back and picking up the planks. We're going to separate that now into two lines to make it a little bit more efficient. Which does mean, as I slowly choke, we're going to get rid of the connection there. There we go. So we no longer connect into that bit. And then we're going to bring this out in a straight line. Now I'm wondering, do I make it snap to that for the sake of it looking kind of cool? Or do I just keep it completely separate? We might just keep it completely separate, boys. We might just keep it completely separate. Delete back a bit. So if I delete back a little bit more, all it does is just push the train back. So we're okay. That now goes, and then from here, we'll bend into there. From here, we'll bend into there. And that works perfectly well. And we'll do the usual thing, because this is going to be like a... I won't claim it as like an end route. But you could almost claim it as an end route. In many weird ways. So we could utilize this to pick up the steel. Drop it off. Machines come back and forth. But we also need that run that brings the planks of wood round here up. And that needs to get over to there as well. Now I can turn that off to utilize this strip here to go back and forth. But it's only going to be one train. So I don't need to utilize both sides. That's the other factor on this. So we're going to have to now kind of configure this slightly. Because we're going to have single lines. Oh, this is exciting. Seniac just got a little bit excited there, boys. Now, when it comes to the trains, right, I want to see what the differences in carriages we need to carry the goods. So, a current flat card stakes is the planks and the steel, and it's a box car that carries the machine. So I'm going to need a different cargo altogether, which is fair enough. So what we'll do, we'll quickly edit this and configure this right now. Now, obviously, I want to utilize the platform. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. I think we'll go here on this side. I want to utilize the platform, a large platform to have all the machines on that we are producing. And we need to slightly adjust this. So I'm going to adjust it from there. Now, this is where it all kind of changes, okay? This is where it all changes. We're going to have another line here. Now, all these lines that I'm building do not share a line with anybody else. They're completely all separate. So if I run this into there, that runs into there. This then runs into here. Right, you might be like super confused right now, but this will make complete sense in just a moment. Right, edit this now to have another set of train tracks here. So I'm trying to kind of, I mean, I could keep them all together on one, but the amount of trains that I'm going to have running through this, I need to start dividing it pretty early. So let's just sort this line out here then. So this here is our Mildura Steel and Planks. We're going to select the line. We're going to actually edit the name of it and just call it our Mildura Steel, because all it's going to do is pick up steel now. So it doesn't need to go to Melbourne West. And it doesn't need to go to Mildura North twice. Okay. So it comes in Mildura North into the second one. And then in Mildura, it comes into this. No, not that one. 6. There we go. So all it does, it picks up steel on this platform and then heads all the way back. Now, it doesn't need to utilize multiple platforms because at the end of the day, it can't. We don't give it that ability to do so. So that's basically on the middle line, right? Yeah, that's on the middle line. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then, we'll have a line that picks up machines from here and goes this way in, which we will keep it on the outer line, which that's where this connects in. And then we'll have the inner line here, kind of, we'll make it turn off on this bit here. So we'll bring this out to about there, and then get it to bend in like that, and then get it to merge in. So I could also do it on the crisscross, but it's a little bit too soon. But then again, I could also keep it completely separate and have a separate line altogether, so it's not restricted to the main line. So you might be thinking this is way too many train tracks right now. But this just keeps us kind of split. Keeps us slightly more efficient. Moving. I know we don't have that many trains going through this right now, but it's going to make a huge difference. Moving forward, it basically future-proofs us, is what it does. It does future-proof us. Now, I'm keeping this separate to this, because we have multiple trains coming in here, so they can utilize both sides. Whereas we have a dedicated side for the planks. So that goes into there. So this is now being kept completely separate. So if a line from here to over here. And we'll make this slightly brown for the planks. And this is our, we'll call it Mildura planks, because that's where it's pretty much going. That's pretty much where it's going. So that separate line there. You can see that now how the lines come through, which you can't see it just there, but you can see this one there. You can see it just light grey. And then this one there is a separate from machines. We're going to move the coal and ore onto this side, which I'll do in just a moment. Because I deleted that there, so we can kind of connect them up pretty easy. So another new line from here to here. I'll make this white so it stands out a bit more. Or should I make it silver? Let's make it silver for the machines. So this is our Mildura machines. Mildura machines. So I do have to buy the trains for them. But that's kind of split them all now. Now, all of these don't share a line, which you could say is not really that efficient with utilizing what we currently got. But there's going to be so many more trains coming through this. I can't express how many more trains we're going to have coming through this. But for now, this will keep us pretty separated. So now then, we've got to get this all up and running. So I've got the option now to bring this in. Now, because this is going to share this line anyway, Your argument that you then make is that you sort out the Chrissy Crossies a little bit further up, because they've got to combine with this. It keeps them separate, keeps this free flowing, and has to utilize the middle for something else. So we're going to bring this, and I reckon we kind of just quickly select here. So we do a strip there, and a strip there, which will go into here, which will go into here. And then all we're doing right now is quickly merging these in. So as close as you can. And then we do the old crisscross. So there's no difference with me adding extra stations. It all kind of connects together slightly. And then we continue. So the only reason why I'm making these share something different is because they back and forth here so consistently that there'll always be a train when the coal and ore come in. But now the coal and ore have separate lines and stations. So the Mildura ore, when it gets to Mildura here, it's going on platform 1. And I don't want it to share any other platform. That is the sole platform for it. Mildura coal, same thing for this, will be platform 2. No longer sharing anything else with it. Dedicated platforms. Dedicated platforms. So all they're now having to tackle with is the fact that we have this wood train going through the bypassing route that delivers the wood all the way over there. Now this keeps these platforms either side now free for me to add additional stuff to it. Right. Right, boys. It does get quite complicated and complex, but it's pretty standard to now figure out, right? It's pretty standard to figure out. So I did say that this is going to become a really, really big hub, and I haven't even added in the passenger side of it just yet. That's going to be even crazier. So with all this separation right now, it enables us to kind of have the goods flowing more freely, and rather than combining it to the same line, because I know how crazy and how busy this is going to be. This will just kind of keep us running smoothly for the foreseeable future. So we need to get I don't know if I can get a train depot in here, whether it's a little bit too close, or whether I implement the train depot on this side as a way to kind of keep everything free flowing. Now I know we got a train depot there, but I'm going to move the train depot now over to this side and rejig it all. So if I put that there for a second, I'm going to delete this one and delete everything around it, because we no longer need it to connect in. And then what I'll do, just to kind of play it safe as well, I'll make this come out a little bit to merge into there. And I'll make this merge into there just for a minute so I can get those additional trains on those lines. Right, that's all I needed to do. That's all I needed to do. So bend in this. Well, actually, it's got to bend to the main line. So if I bring that to there and in. And then I kind of do need it to bend this way, which does get very difficult to do. So the only thing I don't have is that connection there, do I? Which it will come down here. And it does need to merge in. That's the whole point of getting this one set up. So I'll connect that there. And we're all good. He says we're all good. But we should be all good. So first thing I'll do is set up the machines route with a train. So build or buy steam. And we'll stick to the 3.5. It's fairly cheap. Cargo-wise, machines. Now, I don't know how much money this is going to make, but I'm going to set up a 40 capacity for it and see how we get on first. So, Mildura machines, that's done. So, back into play mode. There might be a little bit of confusion somewhere down the road, but we should be okay. And then we've got to set up the one to pick up the planks from over there. So, back to Steam, 3.5. Cargo flat cast-iron steaks, whatever you want to call it. I'll give this a... I'm going to go for a 120 capacity. I know it seems quite dramatically big. But... Mildura planks. But the issue is... Well, I'll put it to play now. The issue is, this needs planks and steel. The steel is twice as close than the planks. Meaning the capacity of what this is delivering, which is 48, we need to up the numbers of this one, even double it, for it to have the same consistency going into the factory to produce the machines that we want. Now it's 1-to-1 of each to create one machine. So I might need to up the numbers of what the steel train can also deliver. So if I edit this for cargo, just to carry 2 more. There we go. So now we have this beautiful back and forth with all these trains, and we've heavily reduced them utilizing the middle stations, so the bypassing trains can just skedoodle through. I've basically given them their own dedicated single line back and forth. And because you don't need any other trains on it, it does work out pretty well. It does work out pretty well. So we'll give that time just kind of settle in, and then we'll see where we need to change it up to add more stuff to it. Now, my next one is, I want to adjust this line. So as it is currently on the way to... Where's this one now going? So it's going to go here, pick up, and then drop off. Now I'm going to pause for a second, because when it drops off, it's then going to be empty all the way round to over here. Now, it's not a problem. We do make money, but I could get it to drop off some food here in Portland. So on the actual line itself, as it comes down, so it's going to Portland East. So after Portland North here, it then comes down. We can add a station just there on the way in. No skin of Arnos to drop off some food. So we should see, you know, I don't know how quickly we'd see it, because it does mean that this now has to start producing food. And I don't think it's going to produce food quick enough, is what I can say, for it to pick anything up. Oh, no. Excuse me. I've kind of messed it up now, haven't I? Go back. So you should drop off food now, right? Grain? No. Where are you going to? Well, that's kind of slightly messed up. By route now, hasn't it? So from Portland, okay, picks up there. Now it's going back, and it should drop off the grain, is what it should do. And why are you not producing any food yet? You might have to go here first, then go back. I don't know. Right, this should now drop off the grain, which it does. It should have picked up, but obviously it can't pick up. But I don't know whether it could be also an issue with how I've got this set up. So there's no issues with what it needs to do. Maybe this has to go to the station first, because it's in the middle of a route. So this would then stop here. But yet it's still not producing any food. Why is it not producing food? So Portland East to Portland North, then down to Portland, which is there, back up to Portland North, then to the transfer to go to the east. So why is it not producing food? Do you reckon it doesn't need a cargo connection? Why you no produce? Why is this not producing? Am I missing something here? It's not because of the vehicle. It needs to have a boxcar on. So if I just had a 2 boxcar on it, that would now start. I've completely forgotten I needed a boxcar. There we go. Now we're going to start producing. And now you should see in just a minute. In just a minute. Any minute now, he says. Any minute now. There we go. 1 food. I forgot I needed a boxcar. So only 2 on, because obviously you don't want to deliver too much. Because that food's got to be distributed to other cities. So at least we got a little boxcar in there. So as it's going back right now, hopefully every time there's 2 boxcars will be filled to the brim. Right, that's glorious. That will do what it's got to do. And hopefully it might level that up to where it then starts needing more grain, thus upping the numbers of shipments. Right, okay, that's good. So now we'll finally get the tools being delivered to Melbourne. Now, how much is being delivered to this? And how much is now on the way? Where's that train? Only 13? Why only 13? We need more trains on this line, don't we? We're going to manage these vehicles, and I'm going to duplicate an extra one, because the frequency in which they're delivering is not adequate enough for us. But we're also going to create a new line anyway. Now, this line's going to be long. It's a long line. And it's delivering our tools, which will go for this light bluey colour for the tools. And we'll call it our Malbin. Malbin. Melbourne. Tools. Yay. And, does it matter what side of the platform they're utilising? I suppose it does over here, right? So in Toowoomba, if that's how you pronounce it. Both sides, in case it is super busy and 2 trains are there at once. We'll then get the train for it. So, in terms of the cargo wagons, it's the box car that delivers it. And it can only go 50 miles an hour because we don't have any other ones unlocked currently just yet. But I feel like we're not that far off. But steam-wise, we'll go with... That's cheaper. Now we'll keep to the 3.5 here. Cargo-wise, box cars, and we'll go for a 64 capacity because I don't know how busy it's going to be yet. So Melbourne tools. That's another route up and running. So Melbourne's now getting its tools. Portland's getting its food. Mildura is now getting its machines, or at least it should be. Actually, I don't think it's going to be getting its machines, if I'm completely honest with you, because it technically doesn't touch anywhere that requires the machines. I've just realised this. So, cargo buildings. So I can build that there as an additional connection to kind of push in slightly. But doesn't quite touch a building that requires machines. So it's not enough for it to do anything just yet. Okay. Okay. So we kind of have to bridge the gap almost. We'll have to force some roads being built. I don't really want to delete anything, so it could be a case of where we just need to get food delivered to Mildura. Now, do you reckon this will produce enough to get a delivery of... Oh, new carriages. That's huge. Oh, that's huge. We can now change all of our network. It would be nice to grow this city slightly. But I need to touch the machine area, don't I? So are these producing enough? I might get a small train. I mean, I could drive the goods over. But I like the idea of trains. Deliver food to Mildura. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a small little train. So utilize both sides. No, not that one. It's this one. And then the colour of food, which will go for a slightly orangey colour. And I'll call it Mildura Food. And I just need a small, cheap train. It's going from there to there, but it's going on a long-winded process to get to it. So we'll go steam the 3.5, which does 62 miles an hour. And we can actually put the new boxcar on it, which does 75 miles an hour. I'll add 3 on it. See how we get on. So Mildura Food, where are you? There we go. Which is then going to see this want to upgrade because the shipment or the transport numbers will increase to push it to that level. Which would then in turn make these deliver more food or want more food to be delivered. Yeah. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to select Melbourne Wood, manage all the vehicles, and we're going to replace them. So we're going to replace them right now. They currently can hold... There's 3 there, isn't there? Right, okay. So if I replace with the flying... Oh, it can only do 75 because of the carriages. Which is this. So I could go to like a 130 capacity, which will be 390. That's a huge capacity. I feel like that might be a little bit too big. But the amount of wood on this is ridiculous. And we don't fully have the numbers added up just yet. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to do the same to the ore and steel, ore and coal in just a minute. But this is gonna level up, by the way. Portland is getting those numbers coming in. There's a small little train there for Mildura. So the idea is it delivers some food for Mildura, which will then kind of encourage it to grow to the point where this does reach a building that requires machines. Because that machine train right now has not picked up a single machine because we're not producing it, because we're technically not touching an area that requires machines. Crazy, right? It is crazy. Oh, there's our tool train, by the way, boys. It's coming down for the first time to make some money. It's not filled up yet, but we're going to find out how much it actually does make. And then we'll move on to our next expansion. So, coming in hot and heavy. It's kind of annoying that we now just got the ability to upgrade all of our carriages, because I could have done with that earlier, because now I've got to upgrade all my carriages. But it does mean that we can go a lot faster. So nearly 2 million just for that journey alone. That's going to be quite a profitable route, that is, eventually. That will be quite a profitable route. Right, no issues right now. We look to be okay. Off that next train goes. Super long, that is. But it can do 75 miles an hour. And we should get more wood delivered. For more output. Right, okay. But this needs to deliver to be able to consume a bit more. So food has got delivered, I think. And there's some buildings over there. These are all food buildings, but I'm wondering if I can now kind of start to meet them in the middle. still not enough to kind of get that connective touch. We need oh. See, this is what we need. We need machines, buildings. We'll get there. It will get there, so I'm going to leave it be. I'm going to leave it be, boys. Okay, so we're now going to grab the 2 lines for Mildura coal and Mildura ore, and we're going to select all these trains and we're going to replace them. So we're going to replace them with the Flying Scotsman, which they already have, but we're going to give them the brand new gondolas. So they've both got a 130 capacity. No, we're going to give them a 208 capacity each. Which might be considerably too much, but we have a lot of product on the platforms waiting to be collected. So that will deliver a lot more ore there, upping more of my numbers. Which we're all okay now, aren't we? We'll leave it like that. I think so. I think so. So that's pretty much all done. We'll let them be. Let them do what I've got to do. Mildura will eventually upgrade and give us a building that does have machines. I'm just wondering if I should keep trying to stimulate the growth of the town a bit more. And just wait for that one building that requires machines. But I need the food to grow a bit more, don't I? If I push this out ever so slightly, bring this down. I'm just trying to create connections. It's going to be an awkward design of a city anyway, but it's all going to come together. It is all going to come together. And the more food it gets, the more it will kind of slowly increase. Anyway, forget that for a minute. This can now just accumulate and do what it's got to do. We're okay over here right now in delivering the stuff. That is now... just need the transport numbers to increase. There is a lot of machines on the platform, which means we could maybe think about upping the amount that carries, but I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. We just now need to start thinking about bringing fuel down here. Mildura has food and machines eventually coming in. This has tools. This has food. We need to think about Adelaide getting food, but we need to bring the train line eventually up. But fuel is the next big one. Fuel is the next big one. Now, where is the fuel refineries? The closest one looks like it's just here. Unless there's one over here. Oh, there's one over there. Now, the further away it is, obviously, the more money we do also make. You know, that's the other side of it. So, question is, where is... because we've also got to refine the oil from the crude oil. Which can both be refined here. There is 3 there. So if I brought that to here... or bring that to there, and then in, and then back out. That's kind of... we got to do like the okie dokie on this. Is what we've got to do. There's one just there. So I'm thinking... so I've got to utilize the main line. So I can bring this in to a main line to turn in. And then that can go back up and out that way. I'm thinking longer distances means more money. And then from there down and then all the way down. Now when it comes to distributing, I've got a couple of options. I could either have individual trains that come and deliver it down to the individual cities and towns. Or I can bring it all to Mildura. And then distribute it from there. Now, I think we do the individual routes. It would work out. So, my idea right now then is to go from here, extend this main line up, come down there, down, and then in and there. Then from here, up, and then that way. And then from there, that way, and then down. Because it's such far distances, it means we maximize the amount of money that we then make. So, let's see what we can do here with this. We've got to extend this now, going all the way out. Alright, there's the snap. I don't want a bridge. I want it normal. So bringing this right up. There's the snap. It wants to create a tunnel here. Which I'm going to say no to it because I've got to bring the oil down. No bridge. Confirm. Very expensive. But we'll do the job. We'll do the job. Alright, bring this all the way down here as well. High-speed rail network. Very good, very good, very good. So let me just quickly sort out... Oh, I don't need it to stop here, so I don't need to add any connections into it. So actually, I don't think I need to do anything more now apart from just smoothing in. So let's quickly pause. I've got to do some smoothing in, boys. My OCD will not let me do anything else. You know what I mean? And it looks like it's not even then affecting the main landscape. Right, this is a bit of a pain here, this bit. My landscaping bill's a couple of million a year. Right, some parts you're going to get it, but I kind of like the sunkenness that this now creates. Right, glorious. Oh, hang on. Oh, we didn't do any of this, did we? How come I never landscaped all of this? Was it too expensive at the time? I think it may, unless I completely forgot about it. It was either too expensive, didn't want to waste the money, or I just completely forgot about it at the time. Right, let's not get carried away. Oh no, he's now landscaping, boys. He's now landscaping. Oh, I managed to do some of this, interestingly. Oh no, I haven't. It's just not, yeah, it's not landscaped. Alright, let's just sort this out real quick and then we'll get on to building our fuel line. Not quite sure what's going on here. I think it's because of the crisscross. I might have to fix that, but I ain't going to do it now because I want to build this fuel line. So, we're going to try and combine all three of these. Then this is going to work out really well. And we'll come off this. So we'll go first up like that. That sucks in so bad, doesn't it? So like that. Where this will connect like you. Like you. And then delete this road here. Ew. We'll bend this up into it. Right, standard procedure, mate. Standard procedure. So, building-wise then, this is going to be an end platform. And we'll make it super long. Ability to have 2 on it. And I'm just trying to get it in a situation where... You know, I might just do like a side one just for the sake of making it easy to connect. Because, oh, no, wrong button. No. What's happened? Boys? Something's happened right now. I can't see anything. There we go. Spin this right round. And that touches all of the oil areas, which is all I need it to do. Because of these such a gradient change here, I'm just going to smoothen it so it doesn't look as ridiculous. And lead that out. So if I then set up my train tracks to go to there. Maybe. And sort out that one that way. Sort out one this way. And then go for a big bend. Right, the big bend ain't bending. Right, it means they slow down to 180 odd. That connection is not possible. So 190, well 96 down to an 80 odd. I think what it is, you've got to kind of come back a bit further. So if I go back to here and then choose there, a bit further maybe. Yes, you look at the speed you maintain. That is absolutely glorious. Right, want to maintain that speed on a high speed bend, which is great stuff. So we'll first get it delivering that over to here. So this can run straight before we then turn it. So bring you to there, and then bring this to about there, and then connect them. Removing the bridge. Now it does create a tunnel there, which I don't mind a tunnel there. We'll keep it. But I didn't want such a big bridge. Oh, that goes into here. Alright, sort all this out. This is going to be a bit of a pain now because of how high this would have been. Alright, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go, boys. That will do us. That will do us there. Sort this out real quick here. Right, now I've got the money. I don't mind terraforming. Because I've got money to burn. Right, that leads down there. All at high speed. And then I've got to bring it into down here. So I might make it. I like the idea of you. I mean, I could have just made it go straight down there. But I like the idea of utilizing the main run. And then bringing it out. But then again, I could also turn it this way to run down this way. Which is also completely fine. But yeah, that could have come down there. And then in. And then straight back out. But is oh, I just realised another one there as well. But I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. I like to have them together. I say that as I completely made that machines running Mildura completely separate. Make your mind up, Sonia. Make your mind up. Right, snaps there. And that maintains a high speed. I'm increasing that high speed. And we'll go to there. That's interesting. This is going to be an interesting turn here. Alright, there we go. Now, we won't fully see the benefits of this high-speed network until we've got better trains and better carriages. That's the other side of it. That's not high speed, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Alright, crisscross. All set up there. It looks... Now when you look at it like this, it looks so weird that I'm making it go round and then down. It makes it look so weird that I'm doing it like that. It really does. But it's part of the train network. Or to get the little connection there so we can kind of also go back in that way as well. It looks so weird right now, doesn't it? Oh, no. It does look really weird. I could just run down here and be done with it. What a fool. What a fool. I reckon that's what I'll do. I will set it up like that. I'll do it like that. But for now, it's just going to have to stick like this for just a second. Okay. It's going to have to stick like this for just a second. Right, that goes there. I'm just going to put one signal on each side. There we go. Just so they know which way they've got to go. And a route from there to there. Which should utilize this signals just fine, which it does. So, because there's no other line on it at the minute, we'll just leave it like that. We'll buy a train for it. So, not electric, we'll go. Do we go for Class A4? It makes no difference. We've got to go for the Flying Scotsman, because I'm limited to speed from the carriages. Now, if I do a 200 capacity on this, put it on that new line 1. It does look weird now when you see it like that. I don't think I really thought it through as well. But what I'll do next episode is we'll fine-tune this fuel run. But we'll make this go straight and then turn into there. Keep that running parallel to go into this. To then turn this way into over here. And then we can also utilize that to come back out and then down. All the way down to Melbourne and Portland. Yes. So complex, isn't it, boys? So complex. So in the meantime, then, you can see what we're now reaching. Is any of it machine buildings? The answer's no. We are so close. But no cigar for these machine buildings. Now, I might be able to push it a bit further. Still. By going to there, deleting you. I know it doesn't change much of the coverage, but what I can trick it into doing is making this platform a bit longer. And then putting a cargo building down with a connection to the road. Which, no, it doesn't connect to any of this stuff there. It's still technically too far away. But it's definitely closer. Once more food gets delivered, it will then eventually trigger into needing machines. You're just waiting for them to kind of place down one more building nearby. That's all we're waiting for, boys. It's all we're actually waiting for right now. This is waiting to skadoodle through. It's waiting for a free signal, isn't it? It's waiting for a free signal. Which is now moving. Nice. Right, okay. There's a train coming round anyway. And there is already lots of oil on the platform waiting for it. So we know how we're going to make this efficient. We've got that in the bank, okay? We've got it in the bank. We've got it in the bag. It's under your boy's hat. We'll bring it down and connect it in. That will still connect in that way and go that way. So we'll have one line this way, another line that way, and another couple of lines going down here to distribute the fuel. And then we are making money. And then we're making that serious money. So we're waiting for these to now pass through. We might need to slightly change these signals now that we've moved the Chrissy-Crossy and all that kind of bend and stuff. So I reckon... I mean, after that point is when it happens. I don't want it to kind of go up to there, but I might just throw in a quick little... double signal there. Just to get to that point rather than that point. I know those signals are way too close. I might just actually delete these ones. There we go. Just get more trains moving along. Because they're waiting for the ore trains to come out. But then again, I could also extend the ore train line a bit further down. to maybe merge a bit further up. It depends where the lines go. I could separate these lines coming in completely to alleviate a bit more pressures, to save these guys waiting at the platform so much. That could also be something else that we implement too. Right, headaches for another day. Headaches for another day, boys. But they're doing what they need to do anyway. They're doing what they need to do. Food's being distributed. Buildings are building. Right? But the machine buildings are not yet connecting. Now, what I could do is make vehicles delivered to it. But I'm going to play the waiting game. Okay? I'm playing the waiting game right now until we get those goods. Now, what lines are not making us the money? It's definitely going to be the machines, or the tools line doesn't make us money, but that's probably down to when it gets delivered. It makes money every other year, so get a second train on the go will make money every year. Mildura machines, because we're not really producing any machines just yet. The Mildura food line does not make us money, but that's a kind of a slow progression. It will make us money as time goes on. We've not even leveled up the food plant yet. We're still waiting for more food to be delivered. We really are. We might need a separate train on its own. I mean, I could deliver it by vehicles. It's that close. But I'm killing two birds with one stone anyway, so we'll see how we get on, boys. We'll see how we get on. Waiting for the slow improvements to kind of come in. Waiting for that first machines factory to be placed in. Oh, we've actually got it, boy. Oh, no, we have. Have we? Oh, no, I thought we had it for a second there. I was about to jump in joy. I was about to jump with joy. I got way too excited. Anyway, there's ways in which around it we can fix it. But for now, we are going to end it here, boys. We are going to end it here. So much expansion. So much we've got to do in the next coming episodes. Main thing is we're making serious cash. And our balance is right now, we're on our best year ever in terms of income at 146 million. Redonkulous. Absolutely redonkulous right now. Oh my goodness me. Where's the train there? Has it done a journey yet with the oil? Yep. It makes on a journey 5.26 million. Guys, we're going to end it here. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, smash the like button down below. And until next time, I see you all soon. So, goodbye.